So here we are live, and this is the World Sustainability Cafe. A cafe. We're in a cafe right now. Here's a beautiful cafe, and this is the World Sustainability Cafe. First transmission, first emission, first live Facebook activity, and it's from ConscienceLAND. You know, ConscienceLAND is the land of conscience, right? That's where we here we are. I have a T-shirt on from the early days. You know, hack for climate. This is from Bonn, the climate change conference in 2017. Since then, you know, even since 2015, we've not doing very well in making the world a better place. We haven't solved the SDGs. We're a third of the way into the project, and hardly anything's been done. And I've been watching, I've been taking note of all of these situations around the world. We're entering a climate crisis. We've been in a climate crisis for a while. It's getting more severe. We are seeing that the economics of the world are absolutely collapsing. We're based on an economy of inflationary activity. This is basically theft. It's a system whereby absolutely continual growth is required in order to satisfy. Well, it's basically the elite that own the assets where inflation benefits them, but it certainly doesn't benefit the rest of us, because we are affected. I mean, the poor of the world are affected greatly by inflation, by the increase of cost of food and accommodation and so on. So no, as the renters of the world, we're in bad shape with inflation, and it's not even natural. So in the ConscienceLAND economy, maybe you've been following what we've been talking about in ConscienceLAND for years. We are basically a decentralized economy. So whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these cryptocurrencies, basically the idea is that we're encouraging an ecological civilization, not Western civilization. It's been destroying itself for years and continues to do so. It's not the Western civilization idea. It's the ecological civilization. That's where ConscienceLAND exists, as an ecological civilization. We have to build it. We have to build it back sustainably, right? So this is really the key thing. I see I'm wearing my mask again. I mean, we don't wear masks so much anymore, although I wear it just to conform to rules. But you know, that whole health issue around the world, you know, we're not spending, we're not investing in these things. We're not investing in COVID. We're reacting to COVID. The major pharmaceutical companies are making a killing. Literally, that's the best word to use. They're making a killing with the pandemic, and they're wanting it to continue. They're wanting to have new variants and discover new things and have horror stories about, you know, Ugandan, Tokyo Ugandan athletes being, you know, having problems with COVID and so on. They love this. It's just fear. They love this. They just want you to be afraid of everything. So that's on the health issue, which of course in ConscienceLAND, you know, we talk about the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. And those Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 plus 1, what's the one? Individual social responsibility. That's the 18th goal. But all the other 17 goals, pretty much, number 8, of course, we can't do because it's inflationary. You know, unlimited economic growth. We don't have the energy. We don't have the systems of energy to do that. We don't have the, we can't use nuclear energy. We can't use fossil fuels anymore. We're running out. Not only are we're running out of the easy to get ones, but we're also running out of the space in the atmosphere to dump our carbon dioxide into, and the oceans. So, no, gotta find some new energy source, which is one of the reasons that I'm wanting to start these world sustainability cafes. Now, in my mind, I'm wanting to do this every day. Have a cafe with friends, have a coffee, maybe on Zoom. We can do it on Facebook, this one at YouTube, or maybe it will be on a Zoom call where we can chat back and forth. I mean, until it gets too large to handle, but I think we could even start with that because we want it to be a conversation, not a one way talk like this. This is only one way. So we want the conversation in the World Sustainability Cafe should be about how, not the problems. It's beyond politics, as they say in Extinction Rebellion. It's beyond politics. We have to begin to solve problems, and we share that data and that action, and we illustrate what we've done, and we show other people in other parts of the world how we've solved something, and then they improve upon that and share it with others. And that's, it's not for money. It's to find the solutions, right, to these 17 goals, and cut out the other guys, cut out the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and the Bilderberg Group, and the Rothschilds, and cut them out of your dealings. You and us and we together, we find the solutions, and we're not doing it for money. We will make money. We will, in whatever system we transition to. Okay, in this system that we have now, we'll do fine. We'll do fine. Okay, because we're offering real value to people. We're not selling them coaching courses online for $1,000, and all we're doing is teaching other people to sell coaching courses. No. In ConscienceLAND, we have sustainees, coaches, and ambassadors, but for what reason? To upsell you to some garbage, really? No. We need to share coaching with the world, but it's coaching to do what? It's coaching to solve the 17 plus 1, the individual social responsibility, the 17 goals. And when we do that, right, we make the world better for us and our children. And the money part of it, we are in ConscienceLAND working with everyone, all these projects. There's seeds and there's so many wonderful projects that are sort of the next evolution of money. They're not money. They're even in ConscienceLAND. We have the SDG token. We have EmpaCoin. We've got all these different things that we're moving toward a reputation-based system. A universal social income, what is it called? A universal basic income, based on what your contribution is to society. Not how much money you put away in a pension fund. No, that's for countries to deal with. And ConscienceLAND, we don't recognize countries. In ConscienceLAND, countries actually don't exist, right? Because in our conscience, as we speak to each other across the continents, we don't know what country the other person's in. It's only when we express our bias, then we know what part of the planet they're in, based on maps made by military to define borders. Right? It's competition. We're not competing. We're not even competing with the competitors. We're ignoring them. We're building our own society. We're building a world that we can live in, and the children can live in, right? So look at this this is the world that we want to live in. The world of clean air, fresh water. Of course, this is a sea, so it's not fresh. You can't drink it, but we need drinkable water. So that's all part of what we're going to be doing. So I'll cut this off now. I'll just say this is an introduction to what we're doing in ConscienceLAND. We already have Sustainafest, right? That's the third Wednesday of every month. We already have weekly Change Wednesday, the day you smile, change, and unplug, right? We already do that. Okay, that's been going for years, and that we're just building every week. We have more and more people becoming part of ConscienceLAND, either as real citizens, as subscribing citizens, and you can look in the description below. You can find how you can become a subscribing supporter of ConscienceLAND, and of course get all the newsletters and get all the information ahead of time so that you can join us on the cafes. You can come on the Zoom calls. You can speak about your own project as long as it has something to do with solving one or more of the SDGs. That's sort of the rule. And it's not about politics. You don't complain about your own country's little problems. And not that they're little, but every country has problems. Everybody has problems. What we have to do is look at this in a global way, right? Global, local, right? What's good for everybody on the planet and what's good for our communities, and how do we fix it ourselves in our communities? We don't wait for someone else to pay us to do it. We don't wait for someone else to finance what we're doing. We self-finance, we get it done, we fix it, and we help others to fix their problems. That's what we do in ConscienceLAND. Okay, this is not about making money. You can't eat money, but you can eat the fruits and vegetables and things raised on the land that we preserve, the soils that can sequester the carbon dioxide and produce food that we can eat. Okay, we're only one species on this planet, but we're hogging the whole thing and we're wrecking it. So not in ConscienceLAND. That's the whole purpose of ConscienceLAND. We're going to avoid that problem. So thanks everybody, sustainees, coaches, and ambassadors in ConscienceLAND. We want to attract you to become part of the solution and join us in the Earth mobilization, which is to solve the SDGs. This SDGchallenge.com. It's also called SDG Challenge, or Earth, EARTH mobilization with a Z, mobilization, mobilization.com. Right? So Earth mobilization, SDG Challenge. These are all the sort of hashtags and names that we've been using over the years. But don't be distracted by that. Basically, join us in any way you can, right? Even create your own group and affiliate somehow with ConscienceLAND. It's a co-op. It's a cooperative. We're not doing this to make $1 billion. We won't. That's not the point. The point is to solve the problems and make people happier, healthier, and more sustainable in their lifestyle of health, happiness, and sustainability. This is the key thing. This is not some like political thing or some economic thing. This is a social and environmental thing that we have to do. It's up to us, you, me, everyone around us, our families, our friends. We can't be dumping garbage on the beach. We did a little beach cleanup yesterday. Not too many people showed up, but we didn't warn them or we didn't inform them early enough. But we had great conversations at the cafe afterward. And that's part of why I've restarted this World Sustainability Cafe. Let's get this online, spread around the world, and then you take it offline. You take it to your local cafe or restaurant or just meeting place or community center, anything, anywhere you meet and talk with people. Share the concept of ConscienceLAND, and let's make the world a better place. Society, environment, economy, and balance. Society, environment, economy, and balance. That's the three-finger sustainability symbol. Join us. Come to extinctionsolution.com and SustainaFest and all these different fun things. And let's make the world a better place. Ciao. Sorry, folks. Oh, there's Roger the Reality Rooster making a crowing sound. I have to figure out in this bright light how to end the stream.